proud to be? Who got a lot of D? Who poppin' like a P when he be hopping out the V? And who gon' tell him that my bitch is getting her degree? And when we say it's hot for summer, we ain't talking about degrees. Who won't follow me? Like who don't follow me? Cause even in your new bitch, I can see a lot of me. And honestly, I'm on it cause that shit be comedy. You ain't put me in no brands, but I see you proud of me. I'm just a real ass bitch. Give a fuck about a trick. I'm some real ass shit. And we really with this shit. Put this pussy on your lip. Give a fuck about the dick. I get that and then I grab my shit and then
It's your girl Dom Nicole, and we're back at it again with another video. Today I'm coming to y'all with a back to school advice video. Whether you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior, I got some tips for y'all. And not the average, you know, bring your books to school. No, I want to talk about what really goes on in high school. Now, we all have our experiences and we experience things differently, but I just want to talk to my freshmen right quick, okay? For my freshman girls, of course, and guys, bring your books to school, typical stuff, anything that you have on like your school supplies list, make sure you do bring that because it's definitely going to be needed. You don't want to like your first impression to be with your teacher and like it's like, oh, I need a pencil, I need this, I need that, I need this. It just makes you look more professional. It just makes you look like you're ready to learn. And I'm gonna just start with the boring school shit first. Don't be with your friends that you know is gonna talk and you're not gonna learn anything, because when that test comes and you start getting those 50s and 40s, then you're really gonna be like, damn, like maybe I should have been paying attention. I'm serious. And don't be scared to get clowned for sitting in the front. If you have like bad eyesight, make sure you sit in the front. It's nothing like, and then if your friends want to come join you, sit in the front. Y'all will all be more focused, guys. But anyways, I just want to talk to y'all for a second about what really goes on. Now that we got the school stuff out the way, let's talk about what really goes on. For example, if you, you're the type of person, you're like, cause me, I wasn't really boy crazy my freshman year. I didn't really care because, I had so many people trying to talk to me. I wasn't really that boy crazy. Now, if you are that type of girl that you want to know about the guys, what they're all about, I'm telling you, you probably shouldn't invest in like an actual relationship till about your junior year. Here's why. Because your freshman year, 9 times out of 10, most girls lose their, their sacred flower around their freshman or their sophomore year of high school. And 9 times out of 10, once you lose that, it's like, just... you could have waited, you know what I'm saying? And I know this is a little personal, but I'm talking about it because it happens. And 9 times out of 10, you don't have anybody to talk to, so it's like, now I'm telling you. Like, you literally can, like, wait, I'm telling you. Wait as long as you can, and if you can't wait anymore, talk to somebody just talk to somebody. And on top of that, 9 times out of 10, guys are the type of guys nowadays where you have guys, can you send nudes? It's 2019. People don't really expose anymore, but it can happen. And you don't want to be known as that girl. And honestly, it's like, that can happen. And make sure, like, even if you're talking to somebody, make sure that your physical, things that you're doing with them are limited, because you never know if you're going to even end up with them in the first place. That's what a talking stage is for. On top of that, girls are like, for my girls that are watching, girls are really catty in high school. So like, if your friend is arguing with somebody and like, because I know some girls are like the type of person, if my friend have beef, we all have beef, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not even worth it, because 9 times out of 10, because you're being a loyal friend to your friend, 9 times out of 10, she's going to turn around and end up being friends with that girl. So don't end up getting suspended or doing something stupid because your friend has beef, because 9 times out of 10, they're going to be buddy again, and you're just going to be the only one mad and looking stupid. It happens. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you something. Your freshman year of high school and your senior year of high school, you're not going to end with the same people that you started with. Be mindful of that. The people that you started your high school year with, you may not end up with them. Don't be too disappointed. That's how life goes. It's that simple. And if you don't believe me, there's been several posts where like it'd be like a bunch of people freshman year, and then it's like 2 people that leave out senior year. To be honest, for me, it was like I had a bunch of people my freshman year. My sophomore year kind of, but the list started like decaying, like going into my junior year, and like After my junior year, kind of like, it was probably like about a good handful of people. My senior year, I kind of walked out by myself. It happens. Nothing is wrong with that. I don't even care about having friends anymore. I used to be like, oh my god, friends, 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 friends. And what's the use if your friends are not going to be there for you when you need them, and you're only like doing too much for them? Like, honestly, I'm over that whole friendship shit. When I find the friends that are, and this is for you guys too, when I find the friends that are necessarily good for me and that want to see the best for me and that are not jealous of me, that take into account to my feelings too, this, that, and the third, that's when you should have friends. Don't just call them your friends because you've known them since middle school, since daycare, preschool, because you cannot take the fact that you've known somebody with you. You know what I'm saying? You want to build with that person. As far as girls that, they're really catty, guys. I'm telling you, they're gonna have like a lot of like, cyberbullying, this and that and the third. Nobody be like, no, Heather, you're so fat, this, that, and the third. No, they don't do that. They don't do that. Like, they try to use your past against you. Like, say for example, you like an embarrassing moment. Like, sometimes it happens, guys, but embarrassing moments as such as say for example, you got talked into doing something that you wouldn't normally do. That person tells a bunch of people. Now you're basically exposed. No matter how big the secret was, no matter how small the secret was, be careful of that, guys. I'm not telling you to live your life in fear, but what I am telling you is be careful, because you never know what can happen. You never know who can find out. And if your parents find out, just think about it. How would my parents feel if they found out about this? How would it be awkward if my parents found out about this? And like, you just gotta think about it like that, because I've been in a lot of awkward situations, and it just so happened that I could talk to my mom about certain things, so like, it didn't really matter. But like, also, don't let anybody talk you into things, like, because it will happen. If you haven't done it already, if you don't want to smoke, you don't have to. It doesn't make you lame. It doesn't make you corny. If you don't want to party, you don't have to. It doesn't make you lame, and it doesn't make you corny. I'm pretty sure a lot of things like that will happen. Like, people will get invited to stuff and you won't get invited. Don't feel bad, because at the end of the day, your turn will come. If you want to be that person that get invited to stuff and you're like, oh, I never get invited to stuff, you got to put yourself around people. And if you're not a people person, you got to kind of find a way to, like, get around that. And if you're the type of person that doesn't like presenting in front of people, talk to your teacher. Maybe they can work something out, like you presenting after class, this, that, and the third, because I know for a fact that I struggle with anxiety and talking in front of people. That's why I kind of talk a little fast. Even though I'm kind of used to you guys, I still have a lot on my mind. And also, I want to give like double videos because I have not been posting as often. So I'm gonna give y'all like triple the videos today that I normally would, because like, y'all deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be turning on my post notifications, like y'all be telling people to subscribe, do this, that, and that. And my subscribers have went up. Not a lot, but like, they have went up. So I appreciate you guys for that. And as far as your sophomore year, things kind of get chill your sophomore year. Your freshman year is when the most peer pressure happens to you. I'm not going to sit there and tell you. Oh, and that's another thing. Hygiene, guys. I did a hygiene video for girls. If you're on your period, make sure you always bring like a small, even if you like have to bring like a little baggie of baby wipes. If you're not on your period, even if you have like a little emergency where you have to do like number 2, I know people don't like talking about it or they're not comfortable, but even if I've never personally had to do this, because I don't care if I had to use the bathroom really bad. I can't use public bathrooms, I just can't. But for me, if I do have to use one, I always bring wipes with me. And people laugh, but at the end of the day, I'm going to smell good down there. And if I have like a even if I pee, I still wipe with my wipes first, and then I go in with the paper towel, like paper towel, not tissue, because tissue gets stuck down there, and they be having that cheap ass toilet tissue. Don't bother with it, you know what I'm saying? Bring a little spray bottle, like even if it's like regular perfume or something like that. Bring something like that, because you never know. If you have like a class where it requires you to cook, bring changing underwear. That's another thing. For example, if you come on your period, then you're not uncomfortable all day, and like if you don't have pads, I'm about to help you guys, okay? Go in the bathroom, like, depending on how your dispenser comes out, whether you have to do like the hand motion, whether you have to like push it out like that. Take a bunch of paper towel and like wrap it up, and then I'm gonna teach you how to create your own pattern. Especially if you don't have money, you gotta pay for them shits. I'm gonna teach y'all something. You're gonna fold that paper towel up and it's gonna look like this, or like however thick, or you wanna hold it like this, and you're gonna just put it like on the underwear, wrap it around the underwear a little bit, and then that'll save you some time until you can get another pad from a friend, so you're not messing up your good ass underwear that, you know, those cute ones, because you know I've messed up a lot of cute underwear without this hack. I'm telling you, it works. It works. But you can't use like one piece of tissue and think it's gonna work. You gotta you know what I'm saying, it gotta be a little thick, you know what I'm saying, a little thick. Another hack that you could do, you know what I'm saying, if you want to smell good all day, you know, because hygiene is important and people like talk about that. Especially in the winter time, put a little bit, like I like to use the rubbing oils, like the rub-on oils, because they last all day. But if you don't have that, put some like a little small layer of like Vaseline on the main areas that you're going to be spraying, and then you spray it, and I promise you it'll last all day. Another thing is, make sure you always have like lotion with you. You know, you might get ashy, you might get like whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying. People talk about the smallest shit, to be honest, shit that don't even matter. And if you have somebody that is always like talking about you, you may not feel comfortable going to a teacher. You might tell a friend, because sometimes like it takes for you to open up and talk to people. And this is another thing that I'm gonna lead into. Depression is very common. I don't care if you're white, black, Hispanic. Depression happens, guys. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Never be scared to get help with that, because you never know. Your doctor might diagnose you with something, and they may be able to help you, and you may be able to get the support that you need. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes a friend can't help you with that. Sometimes you just need professional care, and it's okay. Just talk to your parents about it. And if you can't talk to your parents about it, talk to a trusted adult that you do trust, because you may really need help and like special care for that. And there's nothing wrong with you. It just means like, you know, your brain may have a little bit of a chemical imbalance. I'm sorry guys, the sun keeps going in and out. It's still kind of early, guys. I'm doing this at like 9:20, so it's still kind of early. But another thing that I want to talk to you guys about, you know what I'm saying, if you see somebody like getting bullied or something, or like they don't, like for example, if you see somebody else that doesn't have like what you have, like you don't see that they don't have expensive clothes like you have, they don't have like, it don't look like they really can take care of themselves, because they can't afford it. You never know. Some people come to school every day, all day, and they don't have a home that they go to at the end of the day. That's a whole ass bug on my window. I don't know what it is, but like it's like during the summertime, like that's when they like to sit there and do the most. But yeah, so they may not have what you have. They may only be able to afford the minimum amount. Like you might have to be like, you know, hey, like just be their friend. Sometimes being there for them is all that you really can do. And like if you do have, like for example, say if you have like extra, like if they're not like smelling so great, like be like, you know, pull them to the side. Don't bully them, you know what I'm saying? Because not a lot of people have, or some people just don't know that they like smell a certain way, or like they don't, you know what I'm saying? So like just tell them, pull them to the side, be like, you know, I kind of smell, like if they get aggressive with you, then leave it alone, you know what I'm saying? And like if you don't feel comfortable, just like kind of don't say nothing, because like, I mean, if you're scared they're gonna really say something, be like, the best way you can approach it is like, I'm not trying to be mean, but like this, I smelled this, and like it's kind of coming from you, and like if you need like any like perfumes or deodorants, I have a couple of extras that I'm willing to share with you, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way. Or like even get their like Snap or their Instagram, and like just talk to them, and like, and then make sure that you reassure them that this information stays between you and them, because 9 times out of 10 they'll talk to you more and really mean what you say. Don't sit there and do like, go talk to them and then talk to everybody else about the conversation you had, because honestly it just kind of shows the type of person you are, and you don't want to be that type of person that sits there and like gain somebody's trust and then they talk to you about something and then you kind of just spread it around everywhere. You don't want to be that person. Now for my juniors, like, your junior year is going to be exciting because you're going to be ready to get out. You're going to be ready to go. Like, high school seems like it's almost done. I'm telling you, guys, do not rush your high school year. I rushed mine, and it seems like mine was done like this. When you're going through it, yeah, it may seem like really fast, and it may seem like really fast paced, but I'm telling you, once you're done with high school, you're done. Like, you can't go back unless you fail your senior year. So be mindful of that. Like, you don't get your prom back again. You don't get none of that again. So like, be mindful of that, guys, because you could miss out on the best years of your life waiting for them to be over. And I know some people say, like, how is this the best years of my life? I'm always depressed. I'm always this and that. At the end of the day, your mindset, you manifest what you want. So if like you see that the dark cloud is like kind of like moving out of your life and you choose to stay in a pity party and stay sad, then it's no longer sadness. It's kind of just you. I'm sad to say that, but it's you. Don't be the person that brings yourself down. You know what I'm saying? You are a designer of your own catastrophe. Do not make things bigger for yourself, because you will be somebody, and everybody is meant to be somebody. Don't worry if your friend have it all together and you don't, because 9 times out of 10 they don't really either. Like, things are just going better for them at the point. Sometimes it's not your time. Sometimes you gotta wait in line for your time. If your friend has a relationship, don't be jealous of them. Be proud of them. Be happy for them. Because at the end of the day, when it's your time, you will want your friend to be happy for you. If your friend has like something that, I'm teaching you guys valuable lessons because some people don't know this. So like, when you have like a friend or somebody that's close to you, and you know, you like their style, you like the way they dress, you like the way they do things, you know, it's nothing wrong with being like, there's nothing wrong with like not copying their style, but like, you know, wanting to know how they do things because you just like the way they are. And there's nothing wrong with admiring them, you know what I'm saying? And if your friend or somebody ever gets like mad because you copy them, I'm gonna be honored that my friend, for example, if I decided to get gray hair, I'm gonna be honored that my friend wants to get gray hair too, because it's like, you know, you like what you see, you like my style, you like how I am. I'm gonna be honored. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, stop copying me. Like, I might joke around like that, but it's like, all seriousness, like, hey, like, you like my style, like, that's dope. Like, that's dope. Or like, if you want to ask your friend, like, how did you do your eyebrows? I like your eyebrows. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? You know, y'all can make little, I'm telling you guys, in high school, you're gonna want to keep in touch with like your friends and stuff like that. But high school is the most, it's imperative that you meditate on yourself. It's imperative, whether you have a relationship or whether you don't have a relationship, a friendship, whatever the case may be, it's imperative that you put yourself first. Because if you don't, what's gonna happen is, high school years, like when you're 15, 16, 17, 18, your brain is still developing. So like, your hormones are going crazy. You're getting sad out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You're happy one minute, you're sad one minute, you're angry, frustrated. You know, all these emotions are happening. So you gotta put yourself first. I'm telling you. If you don't, your hormones are gonna spiral out of control, and you may lose yourself. And so in order to keep that from happening, guys, make sure that you keep yourself grounded in who you are. Sometimes you gotta be like, you know, turn your phone on do not disturb. And if your friends really care and understand, they understand that it's okay for you to take a time out, because you just need a refocus break. You know what I'm saying? And that's not even just high school, it's just in real life, guys. I'm sorry guys, my camera cut off. But for the most part, I just wanted to teach you guys, you know, I have a tattoo on my side under like right here. It says love yourself first. Guys, you come first. If you put everybody else before you because you want to be that nice person, or you want to be seen, or you want to feel good that you help people, you will lose yourself in the process. Trust me, because I was that person. And don't lose yourself in these relationships, because 9 times out of 10, you don't end up with your high school sweetheart. You don't end up with those friends that you thought were going to be friends forever. Sometimes you do, but it's very rare, because high school, people show their true colors, and it's hard to accept sometimes, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And honestly, high school was it was a roller coaster for me emotionally, but you get through it as long as you have a positive support system around you. Make sure you have people that genuinely care for you. And guys, don't be like me. Don't sit there and want to hang out with your friends or your boyfriend and not want to do your work, because it happens. But oh, and that's another thing. For all my ladies that want to sit there and date the football players or the basketball players or the softball players or the lacrosse players, guys, y'all gotta understand, if y'all are not doing sports, y'all gonna feel like y'all are never with them, and it's gonna get annoying. But here's how you survive that, okay? Here's how you survive that. I'm giving y'all tips back to back, guys. Here's how y'all survive that. Before practice, have them hit you up. But let me tell you something. Don't ever teach somebody how to be your boyfriend. And don't ever let a man tell you that they don't want you twice, okay? Never let a man tell you that you don't belong with them twice. It ain't nothing to cut that off. Like, don't ever let a man tell you that they don't want you twice. It just makes you look bad, guys. But if you want to know how to survive that, I'm telling you, have them call you before practice. Make a little schedule with them. Be like, babe, I'm here. Babe, I'm leaving. Sleep on the phone with them. But make sure you give them their space, and you get your space, so that you guys can like come together and y'all can appreciate each other more. And like, you know, go to their games, go to their practices with them. You know, chill out with their friends, get to know them, so like you could kind of like incorporate more of your time with them, because then it'll feel less of like a burden, and you'll feel like, you know, I got this in the bag. You know what I'm saying? Spend time with their friends too. Don't be trying to, I'm not telling y'all to get too buddy with their friends, because then they're gonna be thinking, why is they so close? You know what I'm saying? Because people do have trust issues nowadays, and you gotta be careful not to offend certain people, because I'm not telling you to sit there and baby them, this, that, and the third, but you gotta be careful, because some people do have trust issues. They do exist, because the way the world is today. But, you know, you got certain people to thank for that, because not everybody is real, you know what I'm saying? It's making me mad. I gotta wipe this off. Anyways, you know, and even if your friend decides to join, you know, maybe join with them, but join a different sport, so you guys are always busy, and like y'all are like, oh, you never make time for each other anymore. When you guys do get your days off, and like, even if you start working, because work could be an issue too, especially if they work and they do sports, guys, you gotta find balance. You know what I'm saying? It's all about balance. And remember, everybody makes time for the people and the things that they want. So don't ever let anybody tell you, I was too busy. That's a turn off. You cut them off if they too busy for you. Because even the president has time to sit down with his wife and talk to his wife, this, that, and the third, and have that time to spend. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I don't care about you too busy. Because if you're too busy for me, why are you with me, or why are you friends with me? That's not, a friend shouldn't be telling you, oh, I'm too busy. Now you also have to learn to respect their space. Like I told you before, it's a difference between wanting to be around them 24/7 and respecting their space. And then now if they're doing it all the time, no, you gotta talk to them and be like, look, if you talk to them and nothing changes, they don't respect you. Remember that. Remember that. Even if it changes for a week, remember that it's probably going to go back to the same thing, especially if you spoke on it too many times. Last but not least, if you have an issue with somebody, you don't feel like saying it in front of the class, talk to your teacher about it, so they could do seating arrangements, and I'm pretty sure they'll be happy to do it, because nobody likes writing incident reports. They are long, dragged out, and like, it can be avoided. If you're having beef with somebody, what the fuck is beef in high school? Everything is always catty. I'm telling you, it's really always catty, and you don't need it. Like, you really don't need it. Like, you really don't. And let me tell you something. To all my girls and my ladies and my gentlemen, I'm telling you, when you have a person that you are a significant other, this is the last thing. People love going to social media with their problems, their relationships, friendships. Don't do that. Because if you get back with that person and you just talk hella hot shit about that person, or you become friends with that person again, people are gonna look at y'all relationship or y'all friendship like y'all are stupid because y'all converse back and forth over the internet. It's not everybody's business. If you have a problem with somebody, speak to them face to face or text them, or not even, if you can't really call them, then it's allowed to text them. But if you can, make that effort to see them in person so you guys can see the differences eye to eye, because not a lot of people make the time and effort to do so. But I mean, if that's not your thing, then I'm just saying, guys, these are tips to kind of eliminate issues, whether it's with your friendships or your relationships, or just people that you like to converse around, whether it's your associates as well. It's your girl Dom. Everything, like I said, could be used for your freshman, junior, sophomore, or senior year of high school. It does not matter which grade you're in. All those tips apply. Now, it's been real. It's your girl Dom. Like, comment, and subscribe, and keep that good ass vibe, you heard me?